Namaste, namaste, and welcome to day 25 of our Sun Salutation or Yoga Challenge for June this year. And today I am going to look at Maha Namaskara, the Great Salutation, which is a little bit different. It's got some added extras, but we're putting that at the end of the practice. So we use the rest of our Sun Salutation practice to prepare for Maha Namaskara. So we're going to do 2 steady rounds, 5 quick rounds, 2 Maha Namaskara and 1 cooling down round today to make our 10. So join me on your mat, stepping your feet nice and wide, little softness in the knees and a gentle twisting from side to side. And here, beginning to activate those central stabilizing muscles of the buttocks and the belly, relaxing the shoulders, lengthening through the crown of the head, allowing the head to follow the movement instead of leading it. If you feel comfortable here, you can close your eyes. It doesn't matter if you don't, you can just gaze downward. Letting the shoulders soften just a little more. The arms be loose, swinging, throwing your cares away just for the time that you're here on the mat. Feel in your feet, the soles of the feet as they respond to the movement, the way your weight changes from foot to foot, whilst staying relatively centered. And the gentle twisting across that skin on the soles of the feet. When you're ready, allow your movement to become smaller and smaller until you're back to standing steady. Here in your center, stand tall, draw your chin towards your chest, roll the right ear to the right shoulder, chin back to the chest, left ear to left shoulder, and chin to chest. Going side to side, just exploring the sides of the neck. And the movement into the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. Go where you're drawn to go by your body and how it enjoys the sensation. So don't push too far, nothing too intense, nothing too stretchy. The next time you have your chin to your chest, gently drawing your head back to center, rolling the shoulders, just getting a little movement into the shoulders and the opposite way. Bringing the hands together in front of the body, interlacing the hands, rolling through the wrists. We're actually going to use our first 2 sun salutations to prepare the feet as well. So rolling the opposite way here, with a little added foot and ankle work. So when you feel that you've rolled, perhaps doing anything else that feels good, maybe lengthening through that inner arm, inner wrist on both sides, just a little. We don't want to overstretch before we activate muscles. It's not useful. It can leave them in a state of not being able to support the body as well as they would. I seem to have a little circulation issue this morning, but that's all good. If you want to, you can do a few further rollings, shoulder movements as you choose, if they feel like they need a bit more preparation. And then join me at the front of your mat. Obviously take time here, pause the video if you need more limbering than we have done so far. So at the front of your mat, just stepping your feet a comfortable distance apart. finding the soles of the feet on the floor where they press down. Find that grounding sensation of energy connecting downward. And where the soles of the feet don't touch the floor, find that energy light in the body moving upward. Lengthen to the crown of the head. Turn the palms forwards, and in that action, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, opening your chest. Feel a gentle lift in the muscles of the abdomen and the buttocks, perhaps the pelvic floor. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out here. And we'll begin. Inhaling. Exhaling, hands to Namaste. The cockerels are competing outside. Inhaling and reaching up, opening the front of the body. And as you exhale, fold forward, hands to feet, soft in the knees. Inhale, step the right foot back, knee to the mat as you open your chest. And then hold your breath as you come into plank pose, looking ahead of your mat. Exhaling, knees, chest, and chin or forehead to the floor. Inhaling, a low cobra to start. Firm the lower body. Exhaling through hands and knees if you need to, into downward facing dog. And in your down dog, taking some wriggling actions here. So it might be a walking of the dog, which in turn is going to help to activate the ankle, to lengthen, create space across the ankle and the back of the legs. But you might also like to push through the hands alternately as well to move in the shoulders, perhaps even turning the head from side to side. When you are ready to hold, come onto your tiptoes, press the chest towards the thighs, lift in the belly, and extend your heels down towards the mat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then bouncing forward or stepping forward, opening the chest as you inhale. Exhaling both feet to the front, hands to feet, head to knees. And then inhaling to come up. And exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, release the arms, palms turned forwards. Exhaling, hands together, center of the chest. Inhaling up. Exhaling as you fold, cock cross. Inhaling, left foot back, knee to the mat, opening your chest. Hold your breath as you come into plank pose, looking ahead of your mat. Exhaling, knees, chest, and chin or forehead. Point your toes, inhaling to cobra. Exhaling through hands and knees, if you want to, into downward facing dog. And again, in your down dog, finding the stability of the hands, using that lift in the tailbone to lengthen the spine, lengthen the back of the body from the hips to the head, and then paddle through the legs, paddle through the knees, the heels, to find that length down from the hips to the heels. Very good. And then in your center, coming onto both tiptoes, exhaling the heels down. Take a deep breath in, press the chest towards the thighs, deep breath out, and then softening the knees, bouncing or stepping, inhaling the left foot forward to open your chest, exhaling both feet to the front, hands to feet, head to knees. Inhale to come up. Keeping the knees soft for the first few rounds is all good. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, release the arms, palms turned forwards. Exhale, hands to heart, round two. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, step the right foot back, knee to the mat, and here we're just going to swing the hips backwards and forwards a little bit. So we're using this round the first round explores how the body is feeling and how it responds to the movements. And in this round, we can prepare our bodies for the actions that we're going to do later, or to create a little bit more space, opportunity for movement. And then from your lunge, extending the back leg, coming into plank pose, looking ahead of your mat. Exhaling, knees, chest, chin, or forehead to the floor. Point the toes and inhale as you draw the shoulder blades towards each other. And then exhale through hands and knees to downward facing dog. And again, we're going to walk the dog here. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider, which provides a slightly different length or sensation through the back of the body. And then after a few paddles, coming onto tiptoes to drop the heels to the right and just bend and stretch the knees. So a little side dog action here. Come back onto your tiptoes, go to the opposite side. Squatting dog, not side dog, squatting dog action here. Just keeping the upper body active, involved, stable, but it doesn't have to be square. When you've done that to both sides, we're going to take the knees to the floor and sit our weight back onto our heels with the toes tucked under. So sit the buttocks, back onto the heels with the toes tucked under. Now this can be really intense for some people. If that's you, then just allow your buttocks to come away from your heels and then come back into this kneeling pose until it becomes too intense. Take the buttocks away from the heels. If you feel happy holding here, try to get your toes tucked under just a little bit more. Don't hold at the point of pain, or definitely not with pain with yoga, but at the point of really incredible discomfort. And just feel that sense of length across the backs of the toes, the ball of the foot, the instep. And then when you're ready, you can walk your hands forward again and come into downward facing dog. Very good. Now we're just going to go backwards and forwards from there. So just take a note of how your feet feel, how particularly the toes, the ball of the foot, the heels, the ankles, the Achilles feel. Come back to the mat with the knees, walk the hands back towards you and sit onto your heels. Make sure it feels comfortable. You might want to play with the tuck of your pelvis to see if that increases the sensation for you. And then hands directly in front of the knees, going into a downward facing dog, and then back, buttocks to heels. Into downward facing dog. It's a very narrow one, and back with your buttocks to heels. And we'll just do one more. Very good. And then from here, walking the hands forward again into our standard approach, downward facing dog. Just lengthening out the backs of the knees a little bit with a bit of paddling and making sure the chest is pressed back towards the thighs. And you might find your down dog is now a little bit more comfortable because we've lengthened out the soles of the feet, and the fascia there has such an incredible effect on the tension in the fascia in the back of the body. So here we're stepping forward with the right foot in whichever way suits you best, inhaling as you open your chest, exhaling both feet to the front, hands to feet and head to knees. Inhale to come up. And exhaling, hands to heart. Let's do the left side. Inhale, release the arms, palms turned forwards. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, reach up, open the front of the body, and exhale as you fold forward and down. Inhale, step the left foot back, knee to the mat as you look forward. Hold your breath. Oh no, sorry, we're going to swing the hips. My bad. Swing the hips backwards and forwards. So let your breath be in its natural rhythm. Swinging the hips backwards and forwards. Doing any movements. If you want a little wriggle from side to side, of course, doing a little bit of that. And then when you're ready, coming forward into your lunge, extending through the back leg, and then you can come into plank. Hurrah! So from plank, exhaling knees, chest and chin or forehead, pointing the toes, just activating that low cobra by drawing the shoulder blades, elbows tighter to the body. And then through hands and knees, if you want to, into your downward facing dog. And here in downward dog, again, maybe just doing a little bit of paddling. I think we'll do our squatting dogs again because they're quite nice. So with the feet nice and wide apart, dropping the heels to the left first, keeping the hands nice and firm and steady, bending and stretching the knees about 3 times. And then back to the center, up and over to the opposite side, bending and stretching the knees. And then when you come back to center this time, a little paddle, a little wriggle through the shoulders, and then bringing the knees down into your hands-knees position, but this time tucking the toes flat and just walking your hands back so your buttocks sit on your heels, but this time the foot is angled in the opposite direction. So again, this might be an intense stretch for you, and if that's the case, releasing the buttocks away from the heels and then bringing them back in, just to a point that feels comfortable. For those of you who are a little bit more comfortable here, you can try to access the place where you're beginning to feel a bit of challenge by taking the hands back behind you. And maybe that feels still okay. And if it still feels not at all stretchy here, then you can come a bit lower down, of course, but your option here is to just gently lift your knees off the floor. And so we're trying to find that sense of length across the front of the ankle, which can play such an important role in some of those standing postures in the back end of Maha Namaskara. When you're ready, you can gently release the knees down, bring yourself back to kneeling, or come back into downward facing dog, tucking the toes under, just making note of how the ankles are feeling now with a little wriggle, perhaps holding your down dog, just seeing if that makes it feel a little bit more comfortable. And then when you're ready, bouncing or stepping, as you inhale the left foot forward, opening your chest, exhaling both feet to the front, hands to feet and head to knees. Inhale to come up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale as you release the arms. We're going to do 5 quick rounds without holding the down dog now. So inhaling here, exhaling, hands to heart. Inhaling up, this is round 3. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, right foot back, knee to the mat. Hold your breath in plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, your cobra of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Soften the knees so you can inhale the right foot forward. Exhale, both feet to the front. Inhale to come up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, release the hands. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back. Hold the breath in plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Soft knees to inhale the left foot forward. Exhale, both feet forward. And inhale to come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, release, round 4. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Find your rhythm. Inhale, right foot. Hold your breath in plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot. Exhale, both feet. Inhale to come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left. Hold plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot. Exhale, both feet. Inhale to come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, round 5. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right. Hold plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot. Exhale, both feet. Inhale to come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Hold plank. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Left. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale, round 6. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right. Hold plank. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Hold plank. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more fast round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right. Hold plank. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Hold plank. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just pausing here at the end of round 7. So one of the purposes of Surya Namaskar, the sun salutation, is to raise heat in the body, and it makes our muscles and tendons and ligaments, unfortunately, a little bit more pliable. So as we move into Maha Namaskar, taking care just to go to a point where the body feels good and not to sag into any of the postures. So we don't want to lose the muscular support that stabilizes our joints as we move through these postures. So now you've had a breather, rolling your wrists if you need to. We don't do much in the way of wrist work that's additional to the sun salutation in Maha Namaskar. What happens is we do the first part of the sequence exactly the same. So we get through to downward facing dog, and then as you step the foot forward, that is when we change. So we step the foot forward, which will be the right foot, and come into Trikonasana, triangle pose, and then come up into a sort of star-shaped pose, and then do Virabhadrasana 2. I think it's 2. it will come to me when we're doing it. I do know. And then an open-hearted stretch and a pyramid pose, and then come back into our forward bend to come up and do the same thing to the other side. So I'm aware that I'm pointing in the wrong direction for this first round. So I'm going to turn to the opposite end of my mat to do the first round so that when I step forward with my right foot, I'm facing the right way to look at you guys so you can see what's going on. So at the front of your mat, in your Tadasana, turning the palms forward, we'll go really slowly with this round. Inhaling here and exhaling the hands to the heart. Inhale, firming the buttocks and the belly as you reach up, and exhale as you fold. Same. Inhaling, stepping the right foot back, knee to the mat as you open your chest, and then holding your breath as you come into plank pose. Now here, if you want to, you can do chaturanga, which is 4-limb stick instead of 8-limb stick, and you can do up dog instead of cobra. That's entirely up to you. You choose the vinyasa of your choice and meet in downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, we want to have the feet just a little bit closer together. They don't have to be really super close, but a little bit closer together perhaps than normal. And then here, I like to enter this from a 3-legged dog. So lifting the right leg up, pressing the chest back towards the thighs, drawing the right knee into the chest, and then placing the right foot down close-ish to the right hand, or in the center between the hands if you prefer. Here, we would normally come into a lunge, but instead, we're going to turn the left toes to point to the long side of the mat on the left, and then lengthen the front leg. Leave your right hand wherever is comfortable. It could be the big toe if you're very practiced and very limber. It could be your ankle, your shin, your thigh. We roll through the chest to lift the left arm up. Both legs are long and straight. Both arms are long and straight-ish. Soften your knees if you need to. Lengthen through to the crown of your head so the back feels also long. Draw the shoulder blades together in Trikonasana. Feel the firmness of the feet supporting you, and then turn your left palm, press up towards the ceiling. I'm now not mirroring you, so going the opposite way. And here you're in your star-shaped pose, but you can come into Virabhadrasana 2 by simply gazing across the front fingers and bending the front knee as you press into the back foot. So this is Virabhadrasana 2. In the Great Salutation, you don't really hold any of these postures for any great length of time. But that's fine. From here, we're going to come up and square the hips towards the long end, the short end of the mat again. You might need to step your heel out behind you towards the back of the mat, or gently hop your foot in a little bit if that suits you better. With the hips rotating, you don't want to over square, just go to wherever they naturally fall, still strong in the legs. Draw the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders back and open the chest, and then fold forward over your front leg until you're into your forward bend of choice, which may be all the way to the knee. It could be higher up. It could involve a soft front knee. That's okay. Then from here, we're dropping the hands either side of the front leg, pivoting on the back toe, softening the front knee to be able to step forward into our forward bend. And then from here, coming up into standing. And finishing with the hands at the heart. So we'll go through that slowly on the left side. I'm going to do that at this end. And again, it won't be the usual mirroring. I will look backwards to you, but hopefully you'll be able to see what it means better. So turning the palms, lifting the chest, inhaling. Exhaling the hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, reaching up, opening the front of the body. Exhaling as you fold. Soften the knees if you need to. That's no problem at all. Inhale, step the left foot back, knee to the mat as you open the chest, and then hold your breath as you come into plank pose. And from plank pose, doing the vinyasa of your choice, whether that be knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga halfway down. and up dog or cobra. And then in down dog, we will meet. And in down dog, if you need to release any tension, you can still wiggle, you can still breathe here. We're going to firm the hands into the floor, keep the feet fairly narrow, but maybe not quite together. Lift the left leg up, firm that buttock and the back of the body on the left side. Keep pressing the chest towards the thighs, then drawing your left knee into your chest, placing the foot down between the hands, rolling to the inside of the right foot, stepping the heel down to the floor, turning the toes to the long side of the mat. From here, lengthening your left leg, leave your left hand wherever feels comfortable for you, and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Anchor your weight into your back heel and draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Try for long arms, long legs, and a long back. Firm in the belly and the buttocks. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Turn the right hand, press up to standing, and then turning to look at the middle finger of your left hand. Bend your left knee as you reach the right hand back behind you. Press into the right foot at the same time. Virabhadrasana 2. Shoulder blades are moving towards each other. And then from here, lengthening the front leg and at the same time twisting the hips to point towards the short end of the mat, stepping your heel out or hopping your foot in if you want to for a bit more stability. Reach the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, open the chest, and then folding forwards over your front leg. Soften the knee if you feel that would be useful. Keep the belly muscles firm, the legs firm. From here, separating the hands, reaching the hands down, pivot on the back toe, step your back foot into your front foot for a forward bend. And then inhale to come up. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay, so that was round 8. Let's do that one more time. I'll do the right side at this end, the left side at the other end, and we'll go maybe through it just a little more swiftly. We could do 11 rounds today. We'll do one more slow round like this, and then we'll do a swifter round of Maha Namaskara, and then we'll do a final round. How about that? So turning the palms forward as you stand tall, inhaling here, exhaling hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up and opening the front of the body, firm in the belly and the buttocks as you fold forward into your forward bend. Inhale, step the right foot back, knee down as you open your chest, and then hold your breath as you come into plank pose. Vinyasa of choice, coming down towards the mat, opening into a back bend, and joining in everyone together in downward facing dog. In your downward dog, lift your right leg up, draw the knee into the chest, step the right foot forward, turn your left toes to the long side of the mat, lengthen your right leg, roll your chest to the long side of the mat as you reach your left arm up, and take a deep breath in. Anchored in your back heel, deep breath out. Turn the left palm to come up to standing. Look over the right hand, bend the right knee as if someone was drawing you backwards with your left hand. There's no traveling over that front knee. From Virabhadrasana 2, squaring the hips, reaching the arms around behind you, interlacing the fingers, maybe the awkward way this time, opening your chest, and then folding forward over your front leg. From here, release the hands. Pivot on the back toes, step the back foot in to a forward bend. And then coming up to standing, inhaling and exhaling, hands to heart. Lovely job. Inhale, release the arms, palms facing forward. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up, opening the front of the body. Exhaling as you fold forward and down. Inhaling, stepping the left foot back, knee down on this round, we'll keep it up on the next round. Hold your breath as you come into plank pose. Exhaling down into knees, chest, forehead or chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog or cobra pose. And exhaling into downward facing dog. Just taking your time with your vinyasa transition. Take a moment in your down dog to set yourself up really well, pressing the chest towards the thighs, lifting the left leg up. Feel that activation in the back of the body. Draw the knee into the chest as you step the left foot forward. Pivot on the back foot. Point your right toes out to the long side of the mat. Lengthen through the left leg. Leave your left hand wherever feels good and supportive for you. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. If you want to, you can look up at that hand. Draw the shoulder blades together, anchored in your back heel, firm in your legs by drawing your knees up towards your thighs, activating the quadriceps as well. Turning the right palm, inhale to standing. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Feel like someone's pulling you backwards. And then just breathing, because I realize I've instructed the breath, but we're just breathing here. Firm buttocks, firm feet. As you lengthen the front leg, pivoting the hips to face forward, stepping out the heel if you need to, interlace your fingers the awkward way, open your chest, and fold forward over your front leg, softening your knee if you need to. From here, releasing the hands down, pivot on the back toes, soften the knees to be able to step the right foot forward without any strain into a forward bend. Inhale to come up. And exhaling, hands to heart. Last time, I shall not bother going backwards and forwards on the mat this time. So we're going to inhale, standing tall. Exhaling, hands to heart. Firm buttocks and belly as you inhale, open the chest. Exhale and fold. This time, knee up. So inhale as you step the right foot back, and then hold your breath in plank. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, forehead. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog for everybody. And taking a moment here just to feel the effects of your work so far. And you can take up to 5 breaths in your down dog if you need a bit more of a rest, or take a child's pose if needed too. When you're ready, inhale the right leg up and exhale as you bend that knee to the front. Pivot on the back foot. Inhale into your trikonasana pose. Exhale as you hold. Turn the top hand. Inhale up into standing and exhale into Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale as you lengthen and pivot. Exhale as you reach the hands behind you. Inhale, open your chest, firm in your feet, and exhale as you fold over your front leg. Release the hands. Inhale as you step both feet to the front, and exhale in your forward bend. Soften the knees just to release any tension from the hamstrings. Inhale to come up, and exhale, hands to heart. Last side, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up and open the front of the body. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, step the left foot back, knee stays off the mat. Hold your breath as you come into plank pose. Exhaling into chaturanga or knees, chest, forehead. Inhaling up dog or cobra. Exhaling into downward facing dog. Taking as many breaths here as you need to, maybe softening off some of the tension at the back of the body. When you're ready, inhale the left foot up. Exhale as you step it forward, pivot on the back foot. Inhale into Trikonasana, triangle pose, and exhale here. Inhale coming up to standing, and then exhaling into Virabhadrasana 2. Inhaling, coming up to standing, pivot, exhaling, reaching the hands behind you. Inhale, open your chest, anchored in your back leg. Exhale as you fold into a forward bend. Inhale, releasing the hands, and exhaling as you step into another forward bend. Inhale to come up. And exhale, hands to heart. Lovely job. So we've done 10 rounds. If you want to bug out now, you can. If you'd like to do a cooling down round, then hang on for round number 11. So standing tall, inhaling. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up and opening the front of the body. Exhaling, folding forward and down. Inhale, step the right foot back, knee to the mat. And here, if you need to do any rocking backwards and forwards, you can. If you just want to hold for a moment, you can. If you want to take your hands away from the mat and just provide a little bit of extra opening, then if that's useful for your hip flexor, you can. Coming back with the hands on the mat, coming back into plank pose, knees, chest, chin. Wide arms for cobra coming up, and then just gently swaying the chest from side to side, firm in the buttocks still. Oh, it feels so good. And sometimes here it's really nice to do cupcake fingers, takes the weight off the wrists, and also prepares the hands for hand balancing, forearm balancing. When you're ready, coming back down to the mat, hands onto the mat, tucking the toes through hands and knees into downward facing dog. Taking a moment to wriggle your dog in any way that feels good, maybe bending both knees and just wriggling the hips from side to side. And then we're going to take the knees down, toes together, and settle ourselves into a child's pose in the center, turning the palms upwards, lengthening the elbows away. Take a few deep breaths here. And as you do, just softening the features of the face, maybe sighing out through the mouth. I had a very sighing day yesterday, but today doesn't feel so much of a sighing day. So entirely up to you. Whenever you're ready, you can bend the arms at the elbows and rest the hands on the upper back. So you get just a little bit of length out of those triceps on the back of the arms. Maybe just a little different opening across the upper back as well. Shoulders. When you're ready, reaching the hands forward, spreading the fingers, coming back to hands and knees, back to downward facing dog. And then here, paddling in your down dog as much as you need to, and stepping your right foot forward whenever you're ready. You can leave your knee up or knee down as you choose and do a little rotating. So we haven't done, but whilst there are some twists in our standing sequence in Maha Namaskara, we haven't done any real twisting. So coming back the way one as well, soft on the back knee to be able to step the front foot forward, and then inhale to come up. Exhale, hands to heart. One last side on round 11, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up and open the front of the body. Exhale as you fold forward and down. Inhale, step the left foot back, knee to the mat, and then if you need to, doing a little backwards and forwards here. That can be really nice, wiggling the hips from side to side in the backwards variation, Ardha Hanumanasana, half monkey man pose, monkey dog pose. There we are, Hanuman pose, sorry. And then pressing into the feet if you want to come into a more upright lunge and open the hip flexor on the left side, firm in the buttock. And then hands to the floor, extending through the back leg, coming into plank pose. Doing knees, chest, forehead, we're softening and releasing. It's still challenging for lots of people, but it's just a little bit softer than chaturanga. Hands nice and wide, cupcake hands if you want to, cupcake fingers rather if you want to, maybe a little twisting. Oh, that feels so good across the front of the chest as you take the left shoulder towards the floor and press back up, right shoulder towards the floor. Maybe one more time to each side. Nice little wriggle. And then when you're ready, coming back to the center, hands onto the mat, tucking the toes through hands and knees into downward facing dog. In your downward dog, doing any movements that feel good. Maybe a real wriggle through the upper body as well. Maybe soft knees and wriggle through the hips. Maybe squatting dog if that works for you. If that feels like it's the right thing. And then whenever you're ready, knees wide, Down, toes towards each other, coming down to the mat. We start in child's pose in the middle, and then we're going to cupcake or tent the left fingertips, lift the head and chest, slide the right arm underneath the left arm, take the right ear and shoulder to the floor, soften the left elbow down. And if you want, if you're away from the floor, you can actually support with your left forearm underneath your head. In this position, if you'd like to, you can use a block if you would like to. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out, and then tenting the fingertips again to come back to the center. In your center, reach your hands as far away from you as you can to feel that lift across the back of the ribs. And then perhaps with the right fingertips a little bit closer, sliding the left arm underneath, left ear and shoulder to the floor, or supporting with the back of the right hand or the forearm, right elbow on the mat for a couple of deep breaths. Oh, feels so good. Okay, tenting the right fingertips. I could stay there for a while, really. Reaching the hands forward. We're going to come up onto the knees. Just bring the knees towards each other. Walk the hands as far forward as you can and take the chest and chin or mouth or forehead to the floor in Anahata Asana. Still pressing into the toes a little bit here. Lifting in the belly. Just finding that softness through the front of the body. That opening underneath the arms, underneath the ribs as well. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And when you're ready, rounding through the spine, walking the hands back in, we can come back to downward facing dog, or you can step your left foot forward if you are okay to do that here. Have a wriggle in your dog. If you need to soften anything, release the neck, any of these businesses, then go for it. Whenever you're ready, stepping your left foot forward, keeping the back knee long if you want to, down if you prefer, for 3 backward circles with your left arm. And then 1 forward circle. Looking to the front of the mat, soften both the knees, press off the back foot to stand into a forward bend, widen your feet. Just do a little gentle wriggle from side to side, holding elbow to elbow. Drape the fingertips to the floor, backs of the hands to the floor if you prefer. Try to allow the crown of the head to come towards the floor. Do a little gentle shake of the head, no, nod of the head, yes. Have you got any tension left in your body? No. Have you enjoyed your yoga? Yes. Roll the shoulder blades down to walk back towards each other. Try that again and just see if it loosens any tension out of the back of the neck. Whenever you're ready, then coming up into standing by dropping the hips to the heels, pressing into the feet, rounding through the spine. Not hips to heels, you know what I mean. Reaching the arms over the head, lifting the chest, lifting the belly, and finally finishing in hands to heart. If you would like to, you can stay here for a few moments. You can bring your chin towards your chest and just see if there's any last vestiges of length or tension to release. Taking a few deep breaths, softening the face, smiling. Bringing your head up when you're ready, releasing your arms down, wriggling anything that feels like it needs wriggling. And that's us. We're done. We've done 11 rounds today, 3 rounds of Maha Namaskara to get us in a really, really good place. So hopefully we've stoked the inner fires. You see that in Maha Namaskara, there's a lot more action across this Manipura chakra. And that is why it's called the Great Salutation. So Maha in Sanskrit means great or greatest. And it is used in several of the practices. So Maha Bandha, the Great Bandha, and such like. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Please do some kind of relaxation, even after our cooling down. You need about 5, 7, 10 minutes if you can on the floor in the relaxation posture of your choice, perhaps even legs up the wall. Listen to a piece of music, listen to sounds of nature, do something that makes you smile. And I will see you tomorrow for day 26. Namaste.